Got Amazon special packaging here. It's actually a set of tools, man. Allen key. I ordered from Amazon, 24-hour, next day delivery. So let's see. Professional grade hex key wrench set. 30 pieces. Long arm. You see the inches there. Inches. Let me get my. Read the inches. Metric as well. You see 0.7 to 10 mil. Yeah, so what is it? Alright, box. £12 and change for this from Amazon. Amazon Prime. Next day. See, it comes in a casing, man. Get rid of that. Comes in the casing. Let's open it up carefully. Hopefully I'm opening it up the right way, man. It's not spilled out everywhere. That's it, one sec. Let me just get my put a bit of lighting on there. It's the Allen keys. That's it. Got all the sizes here. You know what I mean? So yeah, anyway. Got the Abzima for my Abzima truck. Abzima Mamba 7 truck. Got the diff. I ended up giving it to a mechanic down the road, Royston's mechanic in the end. Even he had problems because he's got the tools for it. He's proper mechanic. He's got the drilling machine and everything. And he had problems getting into the center diff, man, to open it up. As I said, I managed to open up one part of these screws. I unlocked one of the top screw on the spur gear, but the other three I couldn't unlock it, and basically the 3 screws were stripped, man. It's not his fault. I think maybe I stripped it, man. I had to go with the old, before I got the Amazon special wrench kit, I was still using the old Allen keys. I got them somewhere. I made a vid where I said I worn out all my Allen keys, taking the center diff out of the Mamba 7 truck. But yeah, he ended up having to drill out the holes in the end, man. Because the screw stripped, he had to drill it out. Drill out the screw. He said it was a bigger job than he thought it was, man. You know what I mean? And he claims there's a lot of backlash. That's the bottom of it. This is all alloy, because this is alloy diff case, man. It's alloy, innit? You know what I mean? And he was saying this center diff is not meant for oil. Because the oil would just leak out. I don't know, man. He said it's not meant for oil, it's meant for grease. So what he did, he packed it out with, he showed me pics on his phone, innit? He packed it out with proper full-scale grease, diff grease for the full-scale cars and that. Because as I say, he's a mechanic and stuff, innit? You know what I mean? So, but he was saying there was a lot of backlash on this center diff as well, because it wasn't meshed up properly. This was before I tried to dig into it and get into it to see, you know what I mean? And he was saying it's a good thing I tried to get into the diff, man. Tried to open it up because it wasn't meshed properly, and there was a lot of backlash. So he obviously knows what he's talking about, man. He's a mechanic, innit? And there was hardly any grease in it at all. even me, when I pulled out the centre diff out of the truck, I was spinning it like that, and I can. It's like the gears were rubbing, but it didn't feel right. You know what I mean? That's why I wanted to get into the centre diff to see. But yeah. Anyway, you see, he's put different screws. It's Phillips screws, but fuck it, man. You know what I mean? But I've got good thing because I ordered a spur gear. I've got a spur gear on order. I think it's a 52 spur gear on this truck, and I've got an alloy diff case coming as well, because you see at the bottom it's like an armor. This is like an armor center diff case, or the or because it comes in two parts, because you've got screw. These were screws at the bottom, but as the screws were stripped, you kinda, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think I could put oil in this anyway, man, because he was saying there's no gasket. There's no gasket on this thing, man. I'm sure there's gasket, man. I have to look in the manuals, and it's not meant for diff fluid, because there's no gasket at the bottom. There's a gasket at the top, which is, yeah, there is a gasket at the top, because this alloy diff case comes with a gasket, because I've got the alloy diff case and the spur gear, big gear, with also some planetary gears inside, just in case, innit? But on the Abzima website, I've got the shit coming on from Motorsport UK, but it's back order, so it'll probably be here in the next week or so. Yeah, the alloy diff case and the spur gear from Motorsport, which is back ordered, and the planetary gears inside this diff, ball bearings. And so once I can get into this diff and change out, yeah, I can actually get into it now anyway. So he didn't back the screws, and he didn't put no Loctite, the mechanic, on this diff. So what I'm gonna do, I have to go work in about a couple of hours, so I'm gonna start putting the Abzima truck back together again and see. Hopefully I'll be able to put the diff back together, man. Bit concerned about these screws at the top. Hopefully there's enough play, because when it's in the car, you don't want nothing rubbing against these 4 screws in the car when it's all assembled up. But yeah, but as I say, I got few parts coming. I mean, the alloy diff case coming and the spur gear coming. So when that comes in from Motorsport, I'll open. And I also got screws. I got the proper screws. The proper is M3 by 10 screws for this diff. So in the meantime, I'll put this diff back in the car and give it a test run and see. But yeah, I'll try it out. When the parts come in, I'll try and see if I can fill it up with diff oil. Maybe put some 2000k diff oil in the truck and see if it leaks out. But as I said, the mechanic was saying this diff wasn't built properly, and it's not meant to have diff oil in it. But I'm sure I pulled out the front diff, and I'm sure it seemed like there was oil in the front diff of the Abzima truck. Got it here. I've also got my FTX Zorro. I'm actually working on my FTX Zorro at the moment. I've got aluminium rear hubs, aluminium rear arms, blue aluminium rear arms on it. I snapped the stock arms, so yeah, I near enough kind of put it together, and also a brand new center diff in it for the Zorro. The whole complete center diff is only 10 quid, because that's the old center diff for the Zorro, the old centre diff. You see this gear. This gear's gone. This gear here is gone. It's, you know what I mean? It's worn. So instead of, I just basically picked up the whole centre diff, the whole completely centre diff, man. So anyway, leave it here with this vid.